Imagine if you could time travel back to your younger self and impart one piece of advice that could change your life forever. What would that be? For many, it's the knowledge of financial principles that could have set them on a path of financial freedom. You see, understanding money and how it works is a pivotal life skill, often overlooked in our early years. This omission can lead us into a maze of financial stress and hardship in the future. Regrettably, these principles are often learned too late when the consequences have already set in, leaving us to play catch-up with our finances. The importance of learning these principles early cannot be overstated. It's like planting a seed and nurturing it over time to grow into a sturdy tree. So, without further ado, let's dive into the 10 financial principles that most people learn too late in life. The first principle is the power of compounding, often referred to as the eighth wonder of the world. Now, you may be wondering, what's so wonderful about it? Well, let's dive in. Imagine you're planting a seed in a garden. With time, sunlight, and water, the seed grows into a tree. Now, this tree doesn't just stand tall, it also starts producing seeds of its own. These seeds, in turn, can grow into more trees. That's compounding in nature. In the realm of finances, compounding works similarly. If you invest a sum of money, it earns interest, but it doesn't stop there. The interest also earns interest. And then the interest on the interest earns more interest. This cycle continues, causing your money to grow exponentially over time. So whether you're saving for a rainy day or investing for your future, compounding can significantly boost your financial growth. Remember, the earlier you start, the more you benefit from the power of compounding. Moving on to the second principle, the importance of budgeting. Think of budgeting as your financial roadmap. It's a tool that helps you navigate your finances, control your spending, and save for your future goals. A budget gives you a clear picture of where your money is going, allowing you to allocate funds for your needs and wants responsibly. But how do you create an effective budget? The first step is to understand your income and expenses. List down all your sources of income and all your expenses, from the most significant to the smallest. The second step is to prioritize your spending, focusing first on necessities, then on savings, and finally, on wants. Remember, an effective budget is flexible. It changes as your financial situation changes, so review and adjust it regularly. A budget is not a restriction, but a liberation from financial stress. It's your ticket to financial freedom and peace of mind. The third principle is about emergency funds. Imagine you're sailing on a tranquil sea, then out of nowhere, a storm hits. An emergency fund is your lifeboat, ready to keep you afloat in the tempest of unexpected expenses. An emergency fund is a stash of money set aside to cover the financial surprises life throws your way. These unexpected events can be stressful and costly. Here's where an emergency fund comes into play. It provides financial security by giving you funds to fall back on in case of a financial dilemma. How much to save, you ask? Aim for 3 to 6 months of living expenses. This amount gives you time to steer your ship back to calm waters. Where to keep these funds? A high-yield savings account is a great option. It keeps your money accessible and allows it to grow, albeit slowly. An emergency fund is your financial safety net. Don't neglect it. Next up, the fourth principle, diversification of investments. Picture a rainbow. It's not just one color, but a spectrum of many. Investing should be the same. Diversification is the process of spreading your investments across various assets to reduce risk. Think of it as a safety net for your wealth. If one investment takes a tumble, the others can help soften the fall. This strategy isn't about chasing the highest returns, it's about creating a balanced portfolio that can weather financial storms. So how do you diversify effectively? Consider a mix of assets: stocks, bonds, real estate, and even cash. Spread investments across different industries and geographic locations. And remember, diversification isn't a one-time task. It requires regular reviews and adjustments as market conditions change. As the old adage goes, don't put all your eggs in one basket. Diversification is about spreading those eggs across multiple baskets to reduce risk and increase potential returns. Remember, never put all your eggs in one basket. The fifth principle is understanding inflation. Inflation is the general increase in prices over time, and it's a silent thief that can erode your purchasing power. Imagine you have $100 today. In a year's time, due to inflation, the same $100 might only be able to buy you $95 worth of goods. That's the impact of inflation on your money. It's like an invisible tax that's always there. subtly diminishing the value of your money. Now, you might be thinking, well, what can I do about it? The answer lies in investing. By investing your money in assets that can potentially give you a return higher than the rate of inflation, you can preserve or even increase your purchasing power over time. It's a game of staying ahead, of making sure your money is always working for you, not against you. Inflation erodes your savings. Invest wisely to stay ahead of it. Moving on to the sixth principle, avoid bad debt. Now, not all debt is created equal. There's good debt, like a sensible mortgage or student loans, that can help build your financial future. But then there's bad debt, the kind that brings you down. Think high-interest credit cards, payday loans, or any borrowing that you can't afford or that doesn't provide a return. It's like a hole in your pocket, always getting larger, always taking more of your hard-earned money. High-interest loans are particularly dangerous. They can quickly spiral out of control, leaving you in a cycle of debt that's hard to escape. And remember, late payments or defaults on your debts can severely damage your credit score, making it harder and more expensive to borrow in the future. So it's crucial to be mindful of what you borrow. Plan ahead, budget carefully, and always strive to pay your debts on time. Bad debt can be a financial trap. Be mindful of your borrowings. The seventh principle is the importance of insurance. It's not just a piece of paper or a monthly deduction from your bank account. It's a financial safety net, a cushion to fall back on when life throws a curveball. Insurance acts as a buffer, shielding you from the full financial impact of unforeseen events like a serious illness, car accident, or damage to your home. Think about it this way: it's a small price to pay for peace of mind. There are several types of insurance you should consider. Health insurance to cover medical expenses, life insurance to provide for your family in case of your untimely demise, automobile insurance to protect against vehicle damage or injuries to other drivers, and homeowners insurance to guard against potential property damage. Remember, the goal of insurance is to transfer the financial risk of life's unexpected events from you to the insurance company. Insurance is not an expense, but a protection for your financial health. Next, the eighth principle, understanding taxes. Taxes, they're as certain as sunrise, yet often as clear as mud. A fundamental understanding of taxes is crucial in managing your financial health. It's not just about paying your dues, but also about knowing where tax planning can work in your favor. Think of taxes as a puzzle. Each piece represents a different type of tax: income tax, property tax, sales tax, and so on. Knowing where each piece fits can help you build a more complete financial picture. Effective tax management can open doors to potential savings. For instance, certain investments and expenses can lead to tax deductions, reducing your overall tax liability. But beware, poor tax planning can have severe consequences, from penalties to legal repercussions. Remember, ignorance is not bliss when it comes to taxes. Seek advice from professionals if needed. Taxes are inevitable. Plan for them wisely. The ninth principle is retirement planning. Imagine a future where you're free to pursue passions, travel, or simply relax without the worry of financial constraints. Sounds appealing, doesn't it? This is the power of early retirement planning. To bring this vision to life, you need to estimate your retirement needs. Consider your desired lifestyle, potential healthcare costs, and the impact of inflation. Then evaluate your current savings and investments. Is there a gap? If so, it's time to build your retirement fund. Start by investing consistently, even if it's a small amount. Consider various avenues like employer-sponsored retirement plans, individual retirement accounts, and more. Harness the power of compounding to grow your retirement nest egg. And don't forget to review and adjust your plan as you progress through different life stages. Retirement may seem far off, but it's never too early to start planning. Finally, the 10th principle, continuous learning. This is the cornerstone of all financial principles. Why, you ask? Well, the financial world is not static. It's dynamic, always evolving. New trends emerge, laws change, and what worked yesterday might not work tomorrow. To stay financially fit, you need to keep your finger on the pulse of this ever-changing landscape. There's a wealth of knowledge out there waiting to be tapped. Dive into financial books. They're not just numbers and charts. They're stories of success, failure, and resilience. Attend webinars, join financial forums. They're your ticket to insider insights and expert advice. Learn from the journeys of financial experts. They've walked the path you're embarking on, and their experiences are invaluable lessons. Remember, in the realm of finance, knowledge is not just power, it's your shield against mistakes and your sword for success. Financial education is a lifelong journey. Keep learning, keep growing. And there you have it, the top 10 financial principles most people learn too late in life. Let's do a quick recap. We started with understanding the power of compounding, the magic ingredient in wealth creation. Next, we saw how budgeting is crucial to keep your finances in check. We then talked about the importance of having an emergency fund, followed by the wisdom of diversifying your investments. We also discussed the concept of inflation, the silent wealth eroder, and the need to avoid bad debt. The significance of insurance as a protective shield and the need to understand taxes came next. And who can forget the necessity of planning for retirement and the principle of continuous learning? Each of these principles is a stepping stone towards financial security and independence. So, take the initiative, learn, apply, and grow. Remember, it's never too late to start. Begin your financial education today and set yourself up for a prosperous tomorrow.